Welcome to Marketing Mondays with Dr. Demographics, the podcast for practice owners, dentists, veterinarians, optometrists, chiropractors, and all you great doctors running a professional practice. I'm your host, Mike Green with Dr. Demographics, and I want to welcome you to this special episode, this special off-schedule episode of the podcast. As you know, we typically share a new episode of The Perfect Place to Put a Practice podcast on Wednesday mornings, at least that's the goal, and have done for over 10 years. Over that time, Scott and I have sprinkled in marketing topics along the way with the practice placement demographics. And we've done that because at the heart of both of us are born marketers, and we just can't help ourselves. That said, it's always felt a little out of place when we mix it in with our other episodes. So because of that, I've decided to start adding an additional episode per week that will be out early Monday morning. That's appropriately titled Marketing Mondays with Dr. Demographics. These will be short, hard-hitting episodes that will hopefully start your week off with a bang and give you some ideas that you can immediately implement into your practice. Our goal is to have these episodes recorded and edited a few days before so they can drop super early in the morning on Monday, so as you're driving into work, you'll be able to listen to them. At least that's the plan. Today's episode is inspired by Chapter 4 of my new book, Dental Marketing Mastery, that's available now on Amazon. But we're going to make it really universal for all of you doctors of different kind of practices. We're going to dive into one of the most powerful tools for your practice. That's your unique selling proposition, or your USP, as it's commonly referred to. Whether you're in New York, San Francisco, even London or Sydney, Australia, this episode will show you how to define what makes your practice special and what you can use to attract the right clients and patients. So let me start with a question. Why should a client choose, or a new patient choose, your practice over the one down the street? If you're hesitating, don't worry. Today we're going to try to fix that. A unique selling proposition, or a USP, is the answer to that question. It's what makes your practice stand out in a crowded market. Whether you're a dentist filling cavities, a vet treating pets, or an optometrist fitting glasses, today we're going to cover 3 big ideas: why USP matters, how to define your own USP, and then how to communicate that effectively to win new patients and clients. So let's first talk about why a USP is a game changer. Professional services like dentistry, veterinary care, or optometry can feel very much like a commodity to the general public. They assume that every dentist does cleaning, every vet gives vaccines, every optometrist can prescribe glasses. When that happens, you force people to choose based on one of 3 things: who's got the best price, who's the most convenient to where I live, or who has the best reviews. If you're a new practice in a competitive area, that's a really tough spot to be in. I talk to practice owners all the time, and when I do, I always ask this question: what makes you unique? I often hear things like, "Oh, we're so friendly," or "we really, really care about our patients." And those are great, but here's the hard truth. Every practice says that. Clients won't believe that you're any different just because you say you're nice. They need something tangible, rather. A strong USP gives them a reason to pick you first. Think about it. Competition is everywhere. Whether you're in a small town or with new practices popping up, or clients start searching online for different options, a USP is your edge. For example, a dentist might stand out by offering a pain-free laser treatment. A vet could be the go-to for exotic pets, for example. An optometrist might specialize in pediatric eye care. Your USP just isn't a marketing trick. It's what builds trust and loyalty no matter where your practice is. So here's the really, really tough question, for most doctors anyways. How do you figure out what your USP is? It's not really about reinventing the wheel. It's not about creating something that you're not. It's about finding something you do better than others, or something others aren't doing or aren't willing to do. Let's walk through a very simple process to discover yours, with steps that I know will work for, quite frankly, any practice, and even broader than that, any business. So here's the first step. Reflect on your strengths. What training or experience do you have? Maybe you're a dentist with advanced skills in cosmetic procedures like Invisalign, or you're a vet who's certified in acupuncture for pets, or an optometrist that might have expertise in managing glaucoma. Dig into what makes you an expert. What have you done a little bit more training on? What do you know a little bit more about than other people? And how does that benefit the community at large, or at least the portion of the community that you're targeting? Second step is look at your competition. Look at the other practices in your area, online and in person. What are they offering? More importantly, what are they not offering? If no local vets provide a mobile service, that could be your niche. If dentists in your city don't offer evening hours or emergency appointments, that's a huge opportunity. Find the gaps in your local market and fill them. Third step, listen to your clients. Listen to your patients. Your patients are a gold mine. What are they talking about? What are they raving about? Maybe your dental patients love your calming chairside manner. Maybe the pet owners that you work with appreciate your clinic's follow-up calls. Use that feedback to share your USP, to shape your USP. You can even ask directly. Surveys or casual chats on the side of the bed work fantastic for this, but take notes. Be very aware of the answers that they're giving you. So step 4, think about your ideal client, ideal patient. Who do you want to serve? Busy professionals, families, seniors, handicapped children. There's so many different categories that you could really specialize in and speak to their needs. For example, a chiropractor targeting athletes might focus on sports injury recovery. An optometrist serving families could offer quick, kid-friendly appointments. Consider your values. What do you stand for? Maybe it's reducing anxiety for the dental patient, using cutting-edge tech for eye exams, or prioritizing pet holistic wellness. Your values become a very, very important part of your USP, and very importantly, make it very authentic to you and really hard to duplicate. Here's a real-world example. A veterinarian that we worked with realized that no one in her area offered in-home death services for pets. It was a tough one, right? That's a tough niche, very emotional, but it resonated with pet owners who wanted a very compassionate, private goodbye for their pets. That became her USP, and it really grew her practice and her reputation because of it. Your USP doesn't have to be a huge thing, but just has to matter to your niche population that you're after. So the next part, once you've established that USP for your practice, which again takes time, effort, a lot of meetings with your coaches, consultants, and with your team, how do you communicate that USP? Because once you've got it, you really need to shout it from the rooftops professionally, but you need to do it in a way that people really understand what you're after. So here's how to do it. Start by crafting a clear message. Answer this question: why should a client or patient choose us as a practice? If you're a dentist with same-day crowns, your message might be, get the perfect smile in just one visit. If you're a vet offering weekend hours, you could say, we're here for your pets when you need us the most. In short, keep it memorable, keep it super focused on your clients' or patients' benefit, what's going to benefit their lives. Next, weave your USP into everything that you do. Your website's homepage should scream it. Bold headlines, client testimonials, photos that back up and establish that USP. For example, an optometrist might specialize in dry eye treatment. And they could share before and after stories or videos explaining their unique approach. On social media, post content could reinforce the USP, like a dentist sharing tips and maintaining veneers, or a vet showing off the state-of-the-art surgery suite that they have in their office. Consistency is crucial in this process. If your USP is about being the most welcoming practice, but your front desk staff seems super rushed and disorganized, your patients and your clients are going to know. They're going to notice that. Train your team to live the USP. Every interaction should reflect it. Even your ads, your emails, your business cards, your referral cards, everything should echo that same message. That builds a strong, trustworthy brand that people can believe and trust. So here's a quick tip. Test your messaging. If your patients aren't responding, tweak it. Maybe your advanced technology USP just isn't clicking. It's not personalized enough. Be okay. Be flexible with that. Take the time that it's going to need to find that thing that really resonates with your patients and clients. So let's wrap up that part. Your unique selling position is your secret weapon to stand out. Whether you're a dentist, a veterinarian, optometrist, or really any kind of a practice owner, or any kind of a business owner. It's about knowing why you're different, defining it clearly, and sharing it consistently. You've got to reflect on your strengths, study your competition, and listen to your patients. Then craft that message that speaks to your ideal audience that you've defined through your marketing. Then make sure every part of your practice, from your website to your waiting room, tells that story. You want to dive deeper into this topic? You can check out my book, Dental Marketing Mastery, for all of you dentists. I am working on a veterinary version of that book that'll be available hopefully fairly soon, within the next few months. Let us know what you think. That USP is a huge deal, and something that if you really want to nail the marketing in your practice, and you don't want your marketing to look like every other practice owner, dental office in town, you need to nail your USP. So that's it for this week for Marketing Monday with Dr. Demographics. Thanks for joining me. A huge shout out to all of you practice owners that are making a difference in the world. If you found this helpful, share it with your friends, people that you went to school with, that kind of thing. We're always on the look to spread the word a little bit about the things that we are passionate about here at Dr. Demographics. Until then, this is Mike Green with Dr. Demographics, and we will see you on the next episode.